Okay. Shall we start, ma?
Yes,
Yesterday,
ma'am.
yesterday we
Yes,
have gone through some of the points. Just I'll share that. Wait, Lata. Okay. Can you see this, ma? Hello?
yes, ma'am.
Yesterday I have shared this in the group. This actually I was trying to video record it. So while recording, I have written this on the board, but it wasn't successful. So we had to go for the Zoom meeting. So today, 2 or 3 points I left out in this, ma. The first one and the main thing is personality. Of course, we have all, I think we have gone through all this. Yes, did I leave anything? One thing is belief. Belief in beliefs also we have differences, ma'am. Different variations in belief systems also. We believe one person believes in one thing and another person believes in another thing. May it be religious or sentiments, cultural values, whatever it is. So there will be lot of differences among that also. And next one is types of intelligence. We have different types of intelligence like తెలుగులో ప్రజ్ఞ అంటారు. దాంట్లో in that we have abstract intelligence, mechanical intelligence and social intelligence and of course emotional intelligence also. So this abstract intelligence, this is in Telugu it is known as Amurta Prajna. Mostly like philosophers, they will be having this type of intelligence. And next one is mechanical, engineering, ITI students, they will be having most of this mechanical intelligence. And social intelligence, that is in Telugu, they'll say Samajika Prajna. Mechanical, they'll say as Yantrika Prajna. And this social intelligence, mostly teachers and healers, such people, they will be having this intelligence to the most extent. So there will be lot of difference in these types of intelligence also. See, even politicians have this social intelligence. Without this social intelligence, it's hard for them to survive in the such fields like politics and teaching. And next one is this social and emotional intelligence. Also, nowadays they are giving lot of prominence to this. They are saying for emotional intelligence as EQ and social intelligence. Both are them they are calculating, and there are a lot of books on this also. So we'll find where lot of variations in this types of intelligence also. And next one which I left out is important one is personality, ma'am. In personality, we find lot of uh, in lot of changes. That means differences, individual differences. For example, personality means in Telugu it is known as Murtimatvam. The entire qualities from physical to spiritual level, all the qualities and all the personality, entire personality is made up of. We can take it as a personality. In that personality, mainly physical appearance. There are a lot of differences in the physical appearance. Yes. Do you agree or not? Hmm? No two persons are same when you consider the physical appearance. Shall I remove this screen sharing, ma? We'll go for another one. Um, hmm. Okay. Are you able to, am I clear, ma? Can you hear me properly? Hello?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, okay. So in this also, we have different physical appearances or a lot of variations. See, some of them are very short, some of them are very tall. And students, when you consider students, I'm not talking about general public, about the students also. Some of them are stout. So there are a lot of variations among their appearance. And because of this also, there will be lot of problems which teachers will be dealing with. Because one short boy is there, they will be nagging around him and they will be criticizing him like that, calling names. So not only that, different physical appearances also, there are a lot of problems students will face. So that also should be seen by the teachers, taken care by the teachers. And not only physical appearance, you have many things regarding this personality. One of the most important thing is you might be observing some of the students, they will be together, they'll form into groups and there will be one group leader or a group leaders, and they will be following whatever they say and they will be along with those leaders only. And some of the students, they will be all alone, they won't be mixing up with anyone and they will be very isolated in the classroom. So such differences exist. To cater that differences, we have to first of all identify them through sociogram. There is one personality assessment test, that is sociogram. So in this, in Telugu, it is known as Sangika Miti. In this, we will know who are the isolates and who are the stars. And accordingly, you have to deal with them. If the student is an isolate, for example, I will share one second. Hmm. Hmm. See in this, can you see this, ma? PowerPoint?
Yes,
Hello?
ma'am.
See, in this is a sociogram actually. No need to go for that entire whatever it is written. Just see the pictures to get an idea, I'm saying. See, suppose they all are students, they are interlinked. See, like a social society, they are interlinked with each other. So school is known as a miniature society. You all know that. See, they are interlinked like that, and they are together when they are around each other. And see, when you draw a sociogram, it will be like this. Mm, See, we will ask them, just name two students who are very favorite to you, whom you like very much. So they will mention two students, two or three. You can ask them. And when they ask, so like this, you will get a sociogram. In this, one or two students here, each and everyone is linked with others. But sometimes you will find one or two students whom no one prefers. So they are known as isolates. And one or two students whom everyone prefers. And they are known as stars. That means you can think of them as a leader in that group. So you have to identify with the help of such sociograms, and accordingly you should not you should make those isolates to get into the group, make them mix up with the group and make the group accept those isolates into their consideration. Have you understood, ma?
Yes, ma'am.
See, one of you just be in contact, ma. You can. Um, so this is about the Sociogram. This is very important. That's why I'm mentioning this. With the help of this, you have to identify the isolates and stars and deal with them accordingly, and see that no isolate exists in the classroom, because further when they go to the colleges or further studies, these isolates will develop the inferiority complex, or such feelings of inferiority, and so you have to avoid that. And social development also will become very less in them, so you have to take care of such students. And next one is adjustment. Some of the students, there will be lot of adjustment problems. తెలుగులో సర్దుబాటు అంటారు. సర్దుబాటు కొందరిలో బాగా ఉంటుంది, ఈజీలీ దే గెట్ అడ్జస్టెడ్, and some of them, it will be very difficult for them to adjust in the classroom. You might be finding such students. Some of them are entirely maladjusted. Vishamayojanam antaru. So with them you have to see, this is the variation in the classroom regarding their personality. So you have to cater to such things also. That means you have to take care of this. And apart from these things, you will find students using some defense mechanisms in the classroom. You might be knowing about defense mechanisms. Yes or no, ma? Do you remember them?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Yes. So in Telugu, they are known as Rakshaka Tantralu. So especially you have to find out which type of defense mechanism they are using. There are nearly 15 types of defense mechanisms. Among that, most important thing is repression. The most and very, very important thing is repression. Repression అంటే తెలుగులో దమనం అంటారు. అంటే వాడికి ఎప్పుడో పెయిన్ఫుల్ ఎక్స్పీరియన్స్ కలిగి ఉంటుంది. పెయిన్ఫుల్ ఎక్స్పీరియన్స్ డజంట్ మీన్ దట్ డెత్ ఆఫ్ ఎ పర్సన్ ఇన్ ద ఫ్యామిలీ ఆర్ సంథింగ్ లైక్ దట్. ఇట్ కెన్ బి ఎ వెరీ మైనర్ థింగ్. The student might be very sensitive, very, very emotionally disturbed, and a very sensitive student. So when they experience a painful thing, whatever it might be, like scolding before other students also might be a painful experience for the student, because of their age and because of their sensitiveness. So what they will do, they will repress that. It will go to their unconscious levels. So this will come out as a different types of problems in the personality of the student as they grow. That is why you have to take care, first of all, not to give them a painful experience. And if that is out of your control, if it happens at home or outside, you have to see that it should be brought out and it should be tackled in a very rationalized manner. That means you should give them the logical reasoning for that, and you should make them understand the situation. That is very important. This is. And next one is projection. See, whatever they do, they project it on others. Suppose they fail in the classroom, then they start blaming the teachers. They start blaming the books, whatever. See, you find such students, yes or no? So you should see that such kind of projecting the blame on others should be controlled among the students. That also will lead to a maladjusted personalities. So such kind of variations will be there in the students. Next one is psychosocial development theory. Have you read this, ma, in psychology? Erik Erikson theory. Yes or no? Do you remember it? Okay, this psychosocial development theory, Siddhantam theory ante Siddhantam, Erik Erikson, he brought it out. And the first one is, in this, from infancy to old age, there are a lot of stages. conflicting stages through which each and every person has to go through. So for you all up to adolescence, it is enough. Just at infancy stage, you will find a student with trust, tackling with trust and mistrust. That means when mother comes, holds him with love and affection, feeds him, then a kind of trust develops in the boy, that is in the infant. But when someone deals with them harshly, suppose an orphan baby is there, it is not treated, if it is not treated well, a mistrust develops in the that infant, and with that mistrust he will come to the school. With that developed trust, he will come to the school. So there is a variation of students who trust and students who don't trust. Mistrust and trusting and mistrusting students. So that also you have to take care, because it has developed from infant age. So it's very difficult to handle, but you have to behave in such a way that students will trust you. That is very important. And in second stage, that is from 1 year to 3 years, there will be autonomy and doubt. For example, if they want to climb the steps, at by 1-2 years, they will be able to climb steps, but with much difficulty they will be climbing. At that time, if someone encourages them, then they will easily climb it, and a kind of sense of autonomy develops in them. That means they can do, a feeling of yes, we can do, a feeling of efficacy, self efficacy will develop among them. But if someone shouts, don't climb on the steps, you will fall down, don't do that, if they go on saying that, a kind of doubt develops among them. They are self-doubt, they'll become self-doubting students. Even though when they come to the school, these things will be prominently seen among the students. Some of the students, they'll be very intelligent. They know the answer, but they are not ready to answer, because they doubt themselves, they doubt the answer, they doubt that whether teacher will accept that answer or not, whether she might scold me. That such kind of thoughts, they will be away from the teacher. So this kind of autonomy and doubt also exists among the students. And those who have good autonomy, they'll come forward, they'll take initiative in many things, and they will do whatever activities suit them. Even though if they make mistakes also, teacher, they will be able to handle them in a very nice manner. Next one is 3 to 5 years age, where the important age is thing which develops is initiative and guilt. See, some students, they'll come forward and they want to take initiative. Right at that moment, if parents or neighbors or relatives, if they will scold them or criticize them, a kind of guilt develops in them. So this is a conflict between initiative and guilt. So some of them, they will develop initiative because all the people around them will develop, encourage them. They'll develop initiative. They are ready to take any activity, do any activity, ready to come forward for everything. But there are students who are, they feel guilt. Why? Because of lack of encouragement which wasn't given to them at their younger ages. So they students will come with both such kind of initiative and guilt feelings to the school. So you should see who are not coming forward and why they are not taking initiative. You have to inspire them, motivate them to come forward and take up such activities. And next one is 6 to 12 years of age. That is industry, and it is between industry and inferiority. So a lot of variations will be there in this. See, some of them, They are ready to do any activity. See, if you give them homework, next day they will be ready to do that activity and they will be ready with that work what you have given. And some of them, they'll do it, but they won't come forward to show it to you. So that kind of industry and inferiority, this will develop at 6 to 12 years. And the next one is the most important thing is adolescence. This develops from 12 to 20 years age you can take. Actually, teenage is adolescent age. So 19 up to 19. There will be role identity and role confusion, conflict between role identity and role confusion. That means they can't, they are in a position, they are in a confusion whether what we are doing, what is my role, what I have to do, what I will be in the future, what I can take up in the future, what I will become in the future. At present, what I have to do. And when they get this confusion, you will find adolescents at the homes also. See, sometimes they'll be very angry. Sometimes they'll be very cordial with you. Sometimes they will listen to you. Sometimes they won't listen to you. Their behavior will be very confusing for the all the parents or the relatives or the neighbors, whoever it is around them. Why? Because of this role confusion. So you have to tackle with this role identity and role confusion. See whether they are in a confused stage or in a role identity stage. You have to provide them with an identity, help them achieve their identity. Have you understood, Ma?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you able to understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, okay. Am I fast?
No, ma'am.
You can. Okay. So this is the things which you have to, these are the things where you will find various variations. From all these points, you have to have a glance over all these things while you are tackling with the students. And next one is, did I tell you all about language development, Ma? In language development, they will have see good, some of the students will have good vocabulary, good fluency, and they have good usage of active and passive words, and they have very good accent also. Some of the students, they won't have such language capabilities. So you should not just encourage the students who have good language capabilities. You have to encourage those who don't have also, make them come up to the situation where they can use the they have good vocabulary, fluency, especially English teachers. Okay. So because of language also, they will develop lot of inferiority at this age. So you should see that guilt feelings, inferiority, such things should not develop in the students. If they develop at this age, further on they will be developing and they will become maladjusted, and gives rise to many other problems. So at tender age only, if you curtail all such things and show them a good path, in further they will develop a very good personality. And when you read about personality, did you read about integrated personality, Ma? I think Samagra Murtimatvam antaru. That you can go through. Integrated personality means what are the different characteristics, different things which a student should have, any integrated person should have, good personality should have. So all these points you can go through, and for any personality identification, we need personality assessment tests. So there are very different assessment tests where you can find from addiction, obsessions, aggressions, all such behaviors also can be identified. Different habits tests also there. Different habits also will be developed in the students. You should see that the right habits also should develop among the students, because various there are a lot of differences in their habits also. Some of them they will get up early morning, some of them they will won't get up, and so all such things, from minor things to major things. Hmm? So such kind of habits which may lead to addictions, you should, because habit becomes a addiction. So if it goes on continuously doing the same thing, that becomes a addiction. You should see that habit should be good for them. Okay. Next, we have one thing, learning styles. Before going to learning styles, it is in the syllabus, learning styles. Before going to the learning style, you can see that in Introduction to Inclusive Education, diversity in classrooms, learning styles, linguistic and socio-cultural multiplicity. Do you have the syllabus copy? Do you have the syllabus copy with you all? Are you listening, Ma? Are you there?
Yes, ma'am.
So in that, you have diversity in classroom, learning styles. Do you have any idea about learning styles? Yes, ma? No one is answering. Are you there or not?
Yes, ma'am.
There,
We
ma'am.
have texts like skimming, scanning, intensive, extensive reading.
Not the
Hello.
intensive learning styles. Those are not, they are reading styles. What you are saying is
Okay.
how to do a reading, that is in English, yes or no? So
Yes, ma'am.
this,
Visual,
whatever you,
auditory.
yes, whatever you teach, how well you can make that content reach the student, how well he can remember it for longer times. So that for that you have different styles of learning in the classroom. Can you see the screen, ma?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
That is diverse learning styles in the classroom. So different styles of learning in the classroom. Now we have this is importance. First one is visual learners. So who are visual learners? Who will read, who will write with the help of charts and with the help of diagrams. They will be able to learn well. Until unless you provide them some visual things, they won't catch the content easily. They won't be able to imbibe that content easily. Okay? So they remember easily if you give them the visual informations. So that is why what you will do, you have to provide them visual aids such as charts, diagrams, etc. See, only we are left with 10 minutes. If I won't be able to complete now, I will continue tomorrow. Just go through this. Okay? Is that okay, ma?
Yes, ma'am.
Learning strategies, what we have to use for this visual style of learning. That is different diagrams, and we have to use images, videos to enhance their learning material so that they will be able to understand it easily and remember it effectively. And next one is auditory learners. And these learn easily by listening. So you can give them discussions, lectures and audio materials. వాళ్ళు చూస్తున్నారు. ఏంటమ్మా గీస్తున్నారేంటి? Saujanya? Why are you drawing on the screen, ma? Do you have your kids around? Auditory learners, they are best through listening. Through group discussions, verbal instructions, you can make them learn. So this is about the auditory learners. And next one is kinesthetic learners. So the difference between auditory and visual learners is, if you just give the instructions, auditory learners will be easily learn. They will easily learn. But for the visual learners, you need a chart. You need some kind of diagram. You need blackboard. Then only they will be able to understand. Then kinesthetic learners, see all the science experiments. You have to make them do it. Then only they will remember it. Yes or no? Next one, reading and writing learners. So these, they read, they write, and then only they will be easily able to learn. See the students, if they sit in the library, they learn well, some of the students. You can give them the work of reading and writing. You can story reading, writing activities, you can give them. Then teaching strategies for different learning styles. See, of course, you know all these charts you have to use, diagrams, and in order to, for visual learners. For auditory learners, you have to use all the lectures, podcasts, and auditory learners to help them to encourage to listen to discussions, and while discussing also make them do the conversing part. And next one is kinesthetic learners. For them, you have to make them do the experiments. And tactile learners also is there. This tactile learners, they have to touch and learn. Touching is very important for them. See, if you just tell them this is an apple, if you show them the apple also, they won't be satisfied. If you give them the apple, they'll touch it and they will enjoy it. So, and they will remember it well. Just I'm giving an example for the kids. If you give them the apple, then they will touch it and they will learn it. So tactile learners, for them, you have to give them the such models, puzzles, and objects so that they can touch and learn. So touching is important. And this tactile learners, it's very important for the blind students. See, blind students, they can touch and learn. You all know that very well. Yes or no? Even the letters, they touch and they learn. Okay? Have you understood, ma? These are the different types of...
Yes, ma'am.
So we can use multimodal learning also. That means for each and every student, you have to provide all these learning styles. See, for you, there is nothing like you have to select visual learners and give them only the visual learning. You have to inculcate in your lesson plan all these types of learning, and you have to provide it to them. Have you understood? So multiple learning styles should be taken up by the teacher. Now with this, there will be some kind of supportive learning environment, especially for the inclusive classrooms. Even for the normal classrooms also, I will explain afterwards about learning disability. This is very important topic, which is the part of your inclusive practices. So for such kind of learning disabilities, what type of learning styles you have to use. That is little bit different. You have to use all this, and you have special techniques for that learning disability students. Have you heard about learning disability students?
Yes, ma'am.
So, so when you are provided with all such kind of different learning materials used for teaching the students, then it will help you all, help you the students and both the teachers. Okay. Now, today I think one more thing is loss of learning, ma. Loss of learning. Do you remember loss of learning? All of you? You have learned learning styles, but before that itself, you should know, ought to know about loss of learning. Do you remember,
Don't
ma?
know.
Without knowing loss of learning, you shouldn't enter the classroom. That means they are such an important things. Loss of learning, you have 3 laws of learning. First one is law of readiness. When a student is ready to learn, then only you should provide learning to them. And then I'm just a gist I'm giving. Each law of learning will take one class, one period. All the topics which I have dealt till now, they take one period for one topic. They are such elaborate and in-depth topics. And of course, because we don't have time, I'm just scrolling away. Next one is when the student is not ready to learn, that will be very unsatisfying for the student. If he is ready to learn, it will be very satisfying for the student. So you should see that you should make the students ready. That is why motivation part comes into the role. That is why in the lesson plan you will write motivation. Why? Because when the student is ready, you have to provide the lesson. Then only they will be able to learn effectively. That is very important, ma. So this is the next 2 laws I'll discuss tomorrow. Only 1 minute is left. Second one is use and disuse. With whatever you use, it will retain. Whatever you don't use, it won't retain. So shall we stop now, ma? Tomorrow I'll continue. Hello?
Okay, ma'am.
Okay.
Ma'am.
Have you all understood? Am I fast?
Yes, ma'am.
No,
No,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Okay. Tomorrow we will meet at the same time and be in time, all of you all. See, only few of them are coming on time. Others, see, last 2 minutes, 5 minutes, they have joined. What is the use?